listen, if you're broke, drowning in debt, or just feel like life is kicking your ass, I get it. I've been there. And I was crushed under the weight of debt, felt hopeless, and had no one to turn to. But I clawed my way out of that pit using a crypto scalping plan that literally saved my life. And I wasn't always a millionaire, far from it actually. And just a few years ago, I was over 50K in debt, had credit cards maxed out, back taxes unpaid, and medical bills and bank account in the red. I was constantly ducking calls from collectors. It felt like the walls were closing in. But then one random night on YouTube, everything changed. I stumbled across a video about crypto scalping. It's short, quick trades for small gains. And if you're here, I'm sure you have a pretty good idea of what this is. And, you know, almost immediately I got obsessed. Not hopeful, like obsessed, like addicted, like gambling addicted. And I spent nights watching every YouTube tutorial and Reddit posts and eventually like Twitter threads and Discords. And I learned about Elliott wave theory, Fibonacci zones, price action, RSI, and MACDs, etc. All the like typical technical stuff, the very like mainstream approach. But here's the real truth: all of it was garbage. And every guru with a loud mouth and a plastic gun was shouting alt season is here, or this coin is about to go to the moon. And yet every time I checked the charts, the market was dumping. My trades got wrecked. I lost money following these clowns. And, I'm sure you can relate. And, write in the comment section below and tell me if you've noticed the same thing too. You hear all this crap from all these guys and you see a little spike up in the market, and then the Trump opens his big fat mouth and a long, slow crash wipes out all of your gains, right? And you're back to zero or you're completely wrecked. And that's when I realized something that, these experts all over the web are either clueless or lying or maybe even both. So I started over and I literally unlearned everything, like a total brain reset. No more indicators, no more magical chart patterns. Because here's the secret: the market isn't controlled by math or indicators. It's controlled by humans, buyers and sellers, people like you and me, real people with real emotions. So if humans control the market, then the only way to predict it is to understand what they are doing, right? You have to read them. And, that was my breakthrough. Step one to understanding this was I buried myself in financial knowledge, not just crypto, Wall Street, the Fed, oil prices, China's policies, global inflation, all of it. I treated it like my life depended on it. And because it did. And if you don't understand what's shaking the economy, you're trading blind, basically. You're more or less in a casino just having a gamble, unless you're up to speed and following this information. So step two is where the real magic happened for me. And the way it came about was I discovered this, what is straight in front of you on this screen. It's called the liquidation heat map. And the liquidation heat map is not found on any of your crypto exchanges for a good reason, because this is the only tool out there, the only chart you will ever see, the only way of understanding of where the market will most likely go. Every other indicator out there is in the past. The liquidation heat map is in the present and the future. So this one tool changed everything for me. It shows you exactly where traders are getting wrecked, where the money is, where the liquidity is sitting, waiting to be eaten alive by the big players, like the exchanges and the whale investors and Wall Street and, Asia's biggest traders. It shows hot zones, cold zones, right? Okay. And the hotter the area, like this, the more liquidity is sitting there. And that's exactly where the market is going. Why? Because the exchanges and the whales want that liquidity, okay? They want to move the market, right, to where you get stopped out and they win what you lose. But now that I can see it too, I ride the wave right alongside them. I scalp in the direction of the liquidity. And it's not a guess. It's just like following a road, following a map to get to where your destination is. If this is your starting point, that's your destination. It's pretty simple. Now, this is just scratching the surface. I teach all of my strategy in my course. It's one video, no fluff, just a strategy. It's $5, literally the price of a pizza slice or a coffee. If you want to learn my secrets on how to do a scalp or trade with this strategy, then scan this QR code to sign up and get my video. And I'm not selling you a 10-hour seminar or a Telegram group filled with hype. I'm giving you exactly what I do, raw and real. This course is lightning fast. Don't waste your time buying indicators and getting into private discords and all that rubbish. Like, why waste hundreds of bucks on other courses related to Elliott wave theory, candlesticks, wicks, dojis, fair value caps, and all that other nonsense that is information from the past, right? It's not in the future. So all of that stuff is irrelevant, and it's there to psych you out. And I'm being completely honest. It's just hot air and there to fuck with your brain, right? People selling that crap to you have no proof they know what they are doing. They aren't driving Ferraris. They're in their rented flats selling junk. I'm teaching you one thing and one thing only: how to study the future of the market by knowing what other investors are doing right now. And that's it. And at $5, I'm basically giving it away for free, you know? So the $5 is basically just like a tip for me. So I started this after losing everything. And when I hit rock bottom and stared at my last $400, I felt like I had to make a life or death decision. And I sharpened up and made my first scalp trade with a $50 and turned it into $90. And then I waited and studied more and traded again. And I kept hitting wins. And within weeks, I was making hundreds of bucks a day, then eventually thousands. I decided to sell my car. I sold everything that I didn't need, and the liquidity I gained from those sales, I threw back into my trading account and grew it faster. So I was able to invest more, drop the leverage, and grow my gains. And I haven't looked back ever since. Today, I'm completely debt free. I work from home. I make money every single day doing the same thing over and over. And I'm not guessing, I'm not gambling. I'm reading the market through other people's mistakes. And, you know, if you're broke or in debt and you're ready to flip the script, the same as me, then scan the QR code, join the course, learn how to trade smart, not hard, start making real money and get out of debt and start living life, right? I know you can. And, you know, you probably can relate to a lot of what I'm saying and also have the same dreams of what I dreamt of. Being broke and becoming a millionaire is possible. I'm living proof, and I want to help you to get there too.